White, Greer, and Maggard, where a beautiful smile is just the beginning.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up in all sports. Pick it up in all sports.
In Fayette Mall and allsportslex.com, locally owned and operated since 1972.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
I'm not happy with my teeth. They're not straight enough.
Let me fix them for you.
No. You are not White, Greer, and Maggard.
I'm sort of like White, Greer, and Maggard. I'm local, love smiles, love to fix things.
No.
Sorta you isn't you. White, Greer, and Maggard, where a beautiful smile is just the beginning.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up in all sports. Pick it up in all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
Welcome to Bryan Station High School, game number 2 of the Kentucky Middle School Football Association State Playoffs. It's the 8th grade Division III semifinals between the Aces of Owensboro Catholic and the GlasGow Scotties. Good morning and welcome to PrepSpin.com. Darren Douglas along with the coach, Mike Meehan, to bring you all the play-by-play action. William Warfield is our producer as we get set for this second game of the Division III 8th grade semifinals. The winner gets New Harlan. And, Coach, you've seen game 1, game number 2. We're looking at sizing up both teams. Some pretty good size along the lines for both units.
Big gentlemen, I tell you, huge people for the Owensboro Catholic team. Also want to mention some really good camera work. You're watching this HD quality video. Joe Allen
upstairs
is up top on the top of the press box filming. It's a beautiful day, thank goodness. If it was cold or normal October, late October day, it would be a problem. But just a beautiful sunny morning.
I have to look around and pinch myself. I had to look at the calendar, make sure it was the last Saturday in the month of October, because I can't remember the last time we've had a forecast of near 80 degrees in October.
Beautiful day in Lexington, a great facility here at Bryan Station High School with the artificial turf field. And I noticed that Owensboro Catholic won the toss and elected to defer to the second half.
Which means they'll get the ball. Will the Scotties of GlasGow, dressed up in the royal blue, or if you will, the Kentucky blue helmets, jerseys, and the white pants with the GlasGow logo G that is on their varsity helmets, and Owensboro Catholic in the white jerseys with, I believe that would be called a billiard green over there. That's
I've never heard that
darker
term
green
before in my life.
Well, that's it's, I watch too many car shows, I think.
Good grief.
But you can tweet us on Twitter at PrepSpin with a question, a comment about maybe one of your teams you're following, or
a shout out.
Shout out. Ask Coach Meehan any kind of question, football knowledge. I call him the professor because the guy knows his game of football. He's been an offensive coordinator, a defensive coordinator, a head coach. Is there anything you didn't do in your coaching career, Coach?
No, probably not.
Probably not.
Probably some things I wish I didn't do, but.
Played football at the University of Kentucky. Who was your head coach at Kentucky?
Charlie Bradshaw.
Charlie Bradshaw.
Back in the day, and then I had a year or so under John Ray there at the end.
Right there at the end. So, and Coach was a longtime head coach at Paul Lawrence Dunbar here in Lexington, and I've known Coach really for a longer time than we've been working together. So it's good when we do get to work together.
Yeah, and I looked forward to this last night when we made a decision for me to come over and work with you. I was really excited about that.
We've had some interesting times in some press boxes over the years.
Oh, geez. Let's not even talk about that.
And Owensboro Catholic will kick it off. It'll come down short and hit at the 31. Fielded on the bounce by number 25 for GlasGow. As I can get my roster here out in front of me where I can see. That is Mason Bragg for the Scotties. We'll find out. Also, GlasGow will have the 7th grade team in the state semifinals as well, coming up a little bit later today.
I'm going to move these sheets around so that they're on the side of the team.
That'll work.
It'll help me a little bit.
And I stand corrected on that color. That is a black pants for Owensboro Catholic. Need to go back to my eye doctor and get my glasses checked. Shotgun, actually pistol formation. They turn and give it off to Bragg, who's the running back, and gets up over the 34 to the 35-yard line. Gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. On the stop for Owensboro Catholic was Jeb Britt.
Good job attacking the line of scrimmage that time. Pretty good job. A good gain on 1st down. The first play gets 5 yards. Not bad.
Again, we go to the pistol formation. The quarterback about 3 yards behind the center. 3 yards behind him is the running back, and I believe that's Bragg. Back to throw, a screen pass out to the left side. He'll cut it back in and runs right into the tackler for a loss of 2. That is number 4 for GlasGow, DeMario Austin.
Carter McKeever went in motion out there to try to get the block on Austin and didn't quite get there. Made some contact, but Austin broke away from the block to make the tackle.
It'll be 3rd and about 7 for GlasGow. Pistol formation. Back to throws the quarterback, looking deep, and he actually came down underneath to his wide out, number 9, Carter McKeever. For GlasGow, it was too high. It'll be 4th and 7 for the Scotties. And it looks like GlasGow might punt the football.
Looks like they're bringing in their punt team here.
Jamari Haskins is the quarterback for GlasGow. Didn't pick up his number before the game started. So punt formation, dual safeties for the Aces of Owensboro Catholic. High and comes down to the receiver here at the 39. Angles off to the right and is going to be dropped at the 49 of Owensboro Catholic. On the return for the Aces was Harold Hogg for Owensboro Catholic.
All right. Well, they've got pretty decent field position about midfield here. Owensboro Catholic in their white uniforms, black pants, like Darren said.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 49, their own 49. They give it off to the deep man. He breaks a tackle in the backfield, comes out to the left, going to be dragged down, and a flag goes flying. It's either a horse collar or a face mask.
Yeah,
I think he had hold of both. I actually think he had the right hand as the face mask and then grabbed him with the left hand. They're going to call the horse collar. Either one is about a 15-yard penalty. So a run of 9 for the running back. That is Aaron Buckman for Owensboro Catholic.
See, I'd like someone to clarify that rule for me, because when they originally said the rule, it was if you grab the back of the shoulder pads or the jersey and pull the person backwards, it's horse collar. But I've seen several called when they grab the back of the jersey and pull them forward.
Right.
And they're still calling the thing. I don't know.
I assume now it's just, I guess, by that description, it's just anytime they grab the back of the jersey. They give it off to Hogg. Works right, gets to the corner, gets inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. We'll give him a gain of about 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3. Maybe shorted. Maybe I gave him a yard extra. They did. They gave him 6 down to the 20. It'll be 2nd down and 4 for the Aces.
Did a nice job of getting outside there, and was tackled just before he went out of bounds on the sideline, so the clock is still running. They're getting their play from the sideline. Interesting.
Got a nice crowd from Owensboro. Really good crowd from GlasGow up here as well in front of us. They turn, give it off to Hogg. He slams it up in there on an isolation play, and we're going to get some pushing and shoving at the end of the play between a Owensboro Catholic lineman and a defensive back for
penalty.
GlasGow, and I think they're going to get GlasGow for a personal foul.
That's too bad, because Tad Shelton, the defensive player for the GlasGow middle school team, made a super tackle there to stop the runner. But again, it doesn't matter when you get a penalty like that and brings the ball half the distance to the goal line.
It'll be 1st and goal from the GlasGow 10-yard line for the Aces of Owensboro Catholic on the opening drive for Owensboro Catholic. They go into a pistol formation with a running fullback to the left. They turn to give it off to the deep man. That is Buckman.
Buckman gets down real close to the goal line. Pretty good job by number 53 and number 55 for GlasGow.
53 is Tad Shelton, 55 Jaden Wood on the stop for the Scotties. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 8.
Owensboro Catholic is running that deep shotgun formation with the 2 backs on each side of one on each side of the quarterback, and actually doing a pretty good job of executing it.
Here's that zone read. They give it off to Hogg, who goes in 8 yards for the touchdown. Owensboro Catholic, they draw first blood here in game number 2 of the 8th grade Division III semifinals, and they lead it 6-0 with 4:24 to play in the opening quarter. 2-point conversion coming.
These 2-point conversions are really, really important to these teams. It turns out they add up toward the end of the game.
New Harlan in game number 1 was perfect on 2-point conversions.
Quarterback sweep.
Quarterback rolling is Lewis, looking into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, broken up on the far side by number 5 for GlasGow? That'd be Max Wilson, I believe.
Nice job of defense. Really good job of settling in on that receiver, staying in front, keeping a hand on the football. Nice job. Really nice job.
So Owensboro Catholic with 4:24 to play leads it 6-0. Back in 30 seconds on PrepSpin.com. Back to Bryan Station High School on a beautiful Saturday morning in the heart of Kentucky, Central Kentucky here in Lexington, home of the Bryan Station Defenders. Darren Douglas along with Coach Mike Meehan, Joe Allen up top providing our camera coverage, and our producer running this three-ring circus, William Warfield.
Well, let's see. We had an opening drive by Owensboro Catholic, took it right down to score. We'll see how the Scotties do here.
They'll kick it down. It'll squib all the way down inside the 15, rolling around, chased down, fumbled. Now picked up by number 32. That is Ty Mitchell, and he's going to a world of trouble.
Run backwards into the end zone.
And they're going to stop him at the 1.
Oh, boy, that was close. That was so close.
For all you young folks out there that are younger than this middle school age, the best way to go is forward. Don't give ground because you get your offense in a world of hurt.
Yeah, going backwards on a kickoff return is never a good idea. You might as well just get on the ball, get what you can get. That puts them in a bad
inside
situation.
the 1. They're about the 6-inch line, so they're literally in the shadow of their own goalpost right
very
now.
Close to a safety.
And they're going to be in this pistol formation with a wing back to the left, a receiver to either side. No safety in the middle of the field right now. Now he slips back out of there. They turn, give it off to the deep man. This is Mitchell, gets outside, and it's going to be stopped at about the 2, maybe the 3.
Yard. Yeah, maybe 1 yard on that, on a little sweep play. Just trying to get out of the shadow of the goalpost there if they can. Beautiful day here again. Beautiful morning. Gorgeous day. In fact, later on today, it might get a little warm for some of these kids.
They're talking around 80 degrees here in central Kentucky today. And, again, if you want to comment on the quality of the video, the broadcast, or whatever, or give a shout-out or a food menu that we would find if we came down to your high school for a tailgate party or a ball game, we would love to know some of those. Always, broadcasters want to know where the food is.
Uh-oh.
Fumble, snap, and it is going to be a safety, it looks like. It is. Boy, a bad snap leads to a whole lot of bad things in a pistol or shotgun formation, and GlasGow gives up the safety to Owensboro Catholic, and it's now 8-0 in favor of the Aces with 3:17 to play in the opening quarter.
And a safety is double trouble because not only do you get the points, but you get to receive the ball again. That's the one time in football that it punishes the team that fumbles the ball or the team that gets the safety or the safeties against them. Double trouble.
And they've got to either punt it or kick it off from their own 20-yard line, does GlasGow.
Yeah, that's triple.
That's triple, yeah.
Really.
Yeah, because that's a tough situation because most middle school teams are going to squib it or onside kick every kickoff just simply because you don't have enough bodies maybe to cover kickoffs as well as you may want or, a number of things, and they're going to have to go back to their 20-yard line to do this. So, the Scotty is going to be in some serious issues today.
Yeah, the Owensboro team should get the ball in pretty good field position. Now, they're putting the ball on the tee to kick it. A lot of high school teams will punt it here because they can get it higher in the air and get better coverage on it.
Right.
On the other hand, if you kick a hard kick, a low kick, a squib kick, it could bounce off of one of the return people, and you get the ball back.
I saw one in a high school game somewhere out in the Midwest. The kicker took it and kicked a line drive and hit right off the guy's face mask mount right back to the kicker.
Yeah, that can happen.
They'll kick this one deep. It comes down here on the near side to Hogg at the 41. Straight up the field, inside GlasGow territory, down at the 34. Tackled by number 11, Jamari Haskins for GlasGow.
And one of the Hogg, that's a pretty famous name here at the University of Kentucky. Houston Hogg was one of the first 4 African-American players to break the color barrier in the SEC.
Yep. They honor those guys now, too, by the way, with a beautiful statue right outside the new field house over on campus there.
Right. That's a pretty neat thing. One of the things that was just drawn to the attention of people just recently by a guy named Phil Thompson who played with them.
Trip formation to the near side. They fake it on to Hogg on the jet sweep and turn and give it off to Buckman on the draw play. And he'll get down inside the 30 to the 29, a gain of 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4 for Owensboro Catholic.
Yeah, Buckman came backside on a little counter action and turned upfield, did a pretty good job.
And if you're familiar with Lexington and not familiar where Bryan Station High School is, we're located right off of the interstate of Interstate 75. And about 5 miles, or maybe less than that, from campus of the University of Kentucky.
Exit 113.
Mm-hmm. And a nice defensive play by, I believe that was Mitchell, along with number 5 for GlasGow. That is Max Wilson, down at the bottom of that pile for a loss of a 3. And I believe that was Hogg that time, dropped for the loss.
Pretty good job again on the edge here to turn to play inside and make the tackle. So Owensboro Catholic, they're the Aces. They're taking their time. They're getting their play from the sideline. They're in no hurry here.
One of the few middle school teams you see that don't huddle. 3rd and 7. They give it off to Buckman, bounces, but is stood up at the line of scrimmage and dropped. And the ball came loose, but he was down. The ground caused the fumble, but a nice stand by GlasGow to force a 4th and long for the Aces of Owensboro Catholic, a loss of 4.
Yeah, it's a pretty good job. Jaden Wood fell on the football. He thought it was a fumble, but you're right, the ball was down, and that gives a 4th down. And if GlasGow can hold here, if they can get this ball back here, then after a tough beginning to the game, behind 8-0, just in the first part of the game.
53, Tad Shelton was the nose guard on that play that straightened up Buckman right in the center of that line. They'll swing it out here to Buckman, and he's going to be hit, but gets away, going back across the field, giving ground. Still moving forward, but finally GlasGow corrals him, led by Demario Austin, number 4, and it'll be turnover on downs back to GlasGow. So the GlasGow defense stands up and turns aside Owensboro Catholic.
That was a big stop for them because it looked like they were in trouble early. But again, here we go. Now they've got good field position. The last time they got the football, if you remember, they were backed up on the half-yard line.
Yeah.
So this is a little bit better, being out here on about the 48.
Now that football, actually, that back nose of the football might have been just a hair away from the goal line when they first started their last possession. So here we go. From their own 47, 1st and 10 GlasGow. They have a couple of wing backs on either side of the quarterback. Mitchell, the guy dotting the I in the pistol formation. The quarterback comes out and throws one in the ground.
Yeah, it's really tough. He's rolling to the right, and he never got his feet set. There was a guy bearing down on him from behind there. Pretty tough throw.
Yeah, Jamari Haskins is the quarterback, and he was basically running for his life as Owensboro Catholic got some tremendous pressure on GlasGow's quarterback. He was looking for Bragg out here in Owensboro Catholic territory at the 45, but it bounced about 3 yards in front of him. They give it off to Mitchell, running left, and Owensboro Catholic having nothing to do with that. They'll get a yard maybe.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. The quarterback is having some problems handling the ball. Jamari Haskins, it seems like the ball is kind of slipping in his hands a little bit on each of those handoffs and things. So we'll keep an eye on Jamari. Clean handoffs are pretty important here.
Maybe a little bit of nerves for the young man. That same formation. They go double tight end this time, though. Mitchell in the I formation and the pistol formation. Big hole up the middle this time. Mitchell breaks a tackle as he gets inside Owensboro Catholic territory down at the 45-yard line. It'll be a long 2.
That's a good job that time. Now I just mentioned it, but Jamari Haskins got a clean catch of that ball. Perfect handoff. The hole was there. The runner got to the hole quickly because the handoff was clean. Nice job.
Looking for a seam, whether it be to the right or the left. That's the end of the first quarter of play here. It's 8-0, Owensboro Catholic. The winner of this one between the Scotties of GlasGow and Owensboro Catholic at New Harlan tomorrow at noon in the championship game on PrepSpin.com. I got to roll this window. It's hot. I'm getting a little warm. press box down. Hold on, a good look at R.L. Grider Stadium on the campus of Bryan Station High School here in Lexington on a sun-drenched Saturday morning. The last Saturday of October. It's hard to believe we're coming to the end of October, and we've got temperatures right now in the low 60s. 4th and a long 2. They give it off on the reverse. Breaks a tackle on the backfield. First down, GlasGow and more. Inside the 30 to about the 28-yard line goes number 5, Max Wilson. And didn't see the defender for Owensboro Catholic. I think it might have been number 3, Max Byrne for Owensboro Catholic, who had a shot at Max Wilson. And Wilson got a nice run after breaking the tackle of the Owensboro Catholic defender for a first down for GlasGow.
That was a nice play. It really was.
They turn. They give it off to Wilson again. This time, that was a neat way to get into a lead formation. They had that pistol look, brought Wilson in motion from left to right behind Mitchell. And as the ball was snapped, Wilson turned as the tailback and then got right in behind Mitchell, who was the tailback, leading up into the hole, and he got 5.
Yeah, they're running a nice this formation's helping him a little bit. They're kind of spreading the defense out some.
5-man front from Owensboro Catholic. Jet sweep coming this way. Darting and dancing, goes inside the 25 to about the 24. Going to lose about a half a yard. And that is number 8, I think, for – actually, that's number 9 for GlasGow, Carter McKeever.
And Aaron Buckman made the tackle. Aaron Buckman, a 5'9", 165-pound player out here that got him from behind and got his feet.
Well, McKeever was doing what I call dancing in the hole. And usually if you make one move, they can go. Here's Mitchell, made that one cut. He's in space. 10, 5, touchdown, GlasGow.
That was a nice play by Mitchell. Really good run. Burst through the line of scrimmage and did a great job.
Yeah, Mitchell, I said, you don't want to be dancing in a hole. He planted that right foot in the hole, and it made a decisive cut to the left that got him in space. And GlasGow's on the board, and they're a 2-point conversion away from tying this with 6:21 to play in the first half.
Ty Mitchell ties the guy on this one for sure.
Buddy.
Nice job.
That was a nice move. He got in the hole, Coach, and when I saw it at first, I thought he was going to try to just keep going one way. And here he lowers his shoulder, gets in for the 2-point conversion, and we're tied at 8.
What a super job by GlasGow to come back from adversity, drive the football down, a couple good runs, some good plays, and scored the touchdown and the 2-point conversion.
So Mitchell gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And that one he showed some power there, Coach, because he was met at about the 2 and just kept those legs driving and got into the end zone for the 2-point conversion.
This could be a really good football game. These teams look like, right now, they look like they're really evenly matched. So it could be a pretty good football game here.
Well, GlasGow, after being rocked early with a touchdown from Owensboro Catholic, and then the safety, they gave the 2 points to Owensboro Catholic after they'd missed the 2-point conversion. They come back and answer the bell to the Scotties to tie it at 8 apiece, and we're going to kick it off here. The kicker is number 55 for GlasGow, Jaden Wood. I believe that's a 55. Have to wait till he straightens up.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
Okay, 55 is the kicker, and back deep for Owensboro Catholic. The far side, the deep man is Hogg. Here to the near side is Buckman.
Hogman, Buckman deep. Both of these guys can really run the football. We might see a little shorter kick this time.
Well, 9 guys for Owensboro Catholic within the 10-yard radius for an onside kick. And that's 65. That's John Richardson.
The kicker missed the ball.
First time I've ever seen that with him still on the tee.
And that's a 5-yard penalty for offside.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Is it offsides or delay? Yeah, offsides. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, well, it happens. It happens. A lot of
I've seen him whiff on the ball, got it blown off the tee.
Right. The Peanuts thing with Lucy and Linus.
But I've never seen that one, though.
Yeah, he'll be a little embarrassed. I'm sure his buddies are going to tease him about it a little bit.
Especially if they win. It'll be bad enough if GlasGow winds up losing this game, but it'll be really bad if he in the hotel tonight if they win and are here tomorrow.
Right. There'll be a little bit of fun.
Oh, boy.
On, but you know, things happen.
All in good fun. Teammates can act like brothers sometimes. They can rag on you, and nobody else can do that, though.
That's right.
So Richard's going to try it again. The same look deep for Owensboro Catholic. And, boy, that bounces off an ace, and quickly up to cover it is Buckman.
Buckman did a good job of rolling up and on that football, bringing his knees up around his chest and holding the ball in tight.
Of course, that was a really good move because he also not only exposed the football out there, he actually turned his back to the coverage people for GlasGow as well.
Yeah, that could have been trouble. It squirted through and was rolling, but a nice job by Buckman.
So Owensboro Catholic, boy, everybody looks at these wristbands now, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Their plays are on the wristbands, usually a color number combination.
3 receivers to the left, 1 back here to the near side. Buckman is the running back. He gets the handoff going right, and we'll get it up over the 45 to the 46, a quick 6 for Buckman. White Greer Maggard, our title sponsor on PrepSpin.com. Bluegrass Orthopedics, All Sports, Crown Trophy, Whitaker Bank. You forgot Mingy Beef Jerky on here, huh?
Mingy Beef
Jerky. I'm not a beef jerky fan, but I know you are, Coach.
Well, these coaches, we in the high school games, we give a bag of Mingy Beef Jerky to the winning coach, and they just wait for it. They love it.
There you go. As well as UK Sports Medicine. I try to save that one for the last because they do a lot of good things here in Central Kentucky. I believe that was Hogg this time, straightened up in the backfield and dropped for a loss. Actually, that was Buckman.
Buckman, a nice job on the right side of the defensive line. Nice job of tackling out there.
So it'll be 3rd and 7 for Owensboro Catholic in a tie ball game with 5:15 to play in the first half. We're tied at 8.
Very, very impressive. Just so far in this football game, looking at GlasGow, some of the defensive players. Number 65, John Richardson, super job.
They give it off on a zone play to Buckman, and he is straightened up and dropped. Ty Mitchell, 32, in there on the stop, along with 53. Tad Shelton. And Wilson, number 5, as well for the Scotties of GlasGow.
This is a good defense.
Quick.
Good defensive front. Yeah, they're
quick.
And they collapse on the ball.
Also, Jaden Wood, 55, was also in there. So there's 4 Scotties flying to the football, and it's 4th and long for Owensboro Catholic. They'll go pistol formation with a fullback to the left to the quarterback, Clayton Lewis. They throw it deep, incomplete. It was trying to basically almost, if it got intercepted, work as a punt, but it's incomplete, and GlasGow will take over 1st and 10 from the Owensboro Catholic 43-yard line. So a good defensive stop on consecutive series for GlasGow.
Excellent defensive stop. Really good defense. Actually, a pretty decent throw by the quarterback. He did overthrow him, but, I mean, the ball was thrown well as far as the spiral goes and down the football field. But, again, a lot of good coverage and a lot of good defense. The GlasGow defensive team is keeping them in this football game.
As you might look over to the far side, you may see a couple of teams warming up. That's our next game. We'll get to those in just a minute. Same formation. GlasGow's been in pretty much the entire first half. Quarterback in trouble, and he'll be dropped as he comes sprinting out here to the left. Jamari Haskins for a 2-yard loss. It'll be 2nd down and 12 for the Scotties.
They put a lot of pressure on Haskins where he has to roll to his left. He's a right-handed quarterback. It's very difficult for him to get his shoulders straight to throw the football. So I credit that to the defense. Just a super job. Look, they're bunching toward the short side of the field now.
Double tight ends. They turn, give it off to Mitchell. It squirts straight up in the air into the hands of an Owensboro Catholic lineman.
It did. It went right up into his hands. Did you get his number?
Yeah, that's actually the linebacker, Buckman, who will now flip over and play tailback.
Yeah, that was awesome. The ball just popped forward and right into his hands.
Yeah.
So the Owensboro Catholic gets a big turnover here with good field position.
Didn't see the defensive lineman who stuck a hand in there on Mitchell, and that thing went straight up in the air.
It did. Sometimes the ball goes the way you want it to, and sometimes it doesn't.
I've seen that oblong ball, take more true bounces this year, Coach, than I've ever seen it. Sometimes it takes a funny hop here or there, but I've seen more that have hit the ground and bounced right back up to a player.
GlasGow has decided to play man-to-man all the way across the field. No safety, zero coverage.
Interesting. Wildcat formation. This is Hogg. Gets the direct snap, gets into GlasGow territory, and will have the first down at the 45 of the Scotties.
Yeah, there's a really nice job of making the tackle there, number 32 for
that's Mitchell.
Owensboro, for GlasGow. Mitchell, nice job making the tackle.
3:15 to play, the clock rolling here in the first half in a tie ball game, 8 apiece between Owensboro Catholic and GlasGow. They get the winner in the Division III 8th grade championship game tomorrow at noon. The Patriots of New Harlan. Wildcat again. Hogg starts left, now comes back right. Finds some room. He gets inside the 40 to about the 37-yard line.
Yeah, he ran trips formation to the left side, Darren, and he started running that way, but decided to come back to the short part of the field and made some pretty good yardage. So it's going to be second and short now.
Looks like he gets a design play where he's going to try to read it, go the way the play's called, or if he sees a cutback lane, he's going to cut it. They give it off in the zone play this time to Buckman. Breaks a tackle, fights for yardage, may have the first down as he gets close to the 35.
Buckman did a good job that time of dipping inside and then bouncing back outside. A good job of running. Again, they needed just a yard, so it looks like they got that, did they?
Yep, got the first down as they put it right on the 35. Needed the 35-yard line, he got it. 1st and 10 for Owensboro Catholic at the GlasGow 35.
Flipping around now, they're running the trips out to this side, Darren, so it looks like that they're working both sides of the field, like trying to put the trips to the wide side. Let's see if they come back to this wide side or if they cut back to the short side.
Yeah, trips to the right, tight end to the left. They fake it on the Wildcat. Hogg runs left, spins inside the 35, got a yard, and that's about it.
Well-designed play normally to fake toward the power side, toward the wide side of the field and cut it back. But let's give credit to the GlasGow defense. The Scotties defense really did a good job on the backside there.
McKeever was the linebacker on that side. He came up and made the tackle along with number 4, Demario Austin.
Owensboro called a timeout here.
Timeout on the field with 1:27 to play before halftime. We're all even between the Aces and Scotties on PrepSpin.com. Come back to live action. You get a look at Hogg, who breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage and then gets inside the 20 to about the, let's see where the near side official is. 19 is going to put it down on. So a 12-yard gain for Hogg for Owensboro Catholic, and the Aces have it 1st and 10 at the GlasGow 19.
Don't forget to tweet us at PrepSpin. Let us know about. Let's do this. What's your favorite tailgate dessert?
Oh,
that's what I want to hear.
Oh my goodness!
What is your
nice
favorite
tackle.
Tailgate dessert.
Ty Mitchell, the linebacker for GlasGow, met Buckman right in the hole and dropped him for no gain.
Yeah, Mitchell's been doing a really good job on defense. Again, that there have been a couple big plays, but the defense is really doing a super job of holding them.
That's the dual 32s. Mitchell 32 in blue and Buckman 32 in white.
I like to take sausage.
And the voice you hear is William Warfield right now.
And also some salsa. Some of that tostita salsa, the restaurant style. Put it all together, heat it up, melt that cheese. Man,
just in a bowl?
Chip dip.
Now chip dip. We're talking about dessert, though.
Well, I'm talking about this.
That's an appetizer.
But that's what he likes to do. That's what his special.
Yeah, that's an appetizer, though.
I like that.
Tell you what, Coach, you and I got to share a good time with our good friend Gary Baldwin. I think was going to be there, and you had a young one that was sick that night. We actually spent a night at Gary Ball's house watching the Cats play, and then Alabama, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And actually played very well and held Alabama to the least points they've scored in the game this year.
Yeah, we had a good meal that night, too.
And, oh, boy, Coach, I tell you, Coach made a pasta. Oh, my goodness gracious.
We had some good chicken wings. Hey, what are we talking about food? We're sitting up here.
Making ourselves hungry.
Let's stop that nonsense.
55.3 to play. Here's Hogg in the Wildcat again. High snap, pulls it down, gets inside the 20. Past the original line of scrimmage was the 19. He's only going to get a yard.
Yeah, Hogg does a good job. What he's doing is he's freezing for a second to see where the hole opens up. The trouble is the hole closes quickly with this GlasGow team. Very good defensive football team.
Very quick. They've gone, Coach, it looks like almost a six-man front as GlasGow.
Well, cover zero again.
Hogg looked to throw, but then he pulls it down and goes right up the middle and gets what he can inside the 15 to about the 13.
If Mr. Hogg can throw the football, they're playing run all the way. He could take a step forward like he's going to run the football and then maybe dump the ball over the middle to one of these receivers.
Do a Tim Tebow, huh?
Well, there's nobody there. It's a zero coverage.
Timeout Owensboro Catholic, their final timeout of the first half. We got any tweets over there, William, yet from this ball game?
We got a lot, mostly from New Harlem fans going back and watching
Okay. Got a lot of tweets from game number one. Let's hear it from those that are down in GlasGow or Owensboro.
Yeah, let us know how the coverage is, how it looks on the screen.
Especially down there in those two towns. We would love to know. And if anybody from Owensboro Catholic lives anywhere near Happy Osborne, don't tell him I said hi. I actually tell him Happy and I go way back to the basketball coach in his third or fourth year already at Kentucky Wesleyan as the head coach down there.
Is he keeping the Happy the Glass Man?
No. Happy Osborne, probably one of the coaches I know that every time I went over to visit him when he was at Georgetown College, I got a free meal on him. This guy knew where every restaurant was.
Why do you turn everything back to food?
Man, my belly is just like, I'm grumbling over here, Coach. You hadn't heard it yet? We get a whistle and actually a flag thrown, and they're going to get a legal procedure, and it has to be on the interior lineman.
It wasn't. It was on the running back. He flinched. He flinched right there before the ball was snapped.
Oh, boy. That's a pet peeve of mine. I don't know what it was when you were a head coach, but an illegal procedure on a wideout should never happen because all he's moving is on the movement of the ball.
That's right. He should be glancing inside and moving when the ball moved.
And that's my pet peeve too. They fake it to Buckman. They'll throw out in the flat to Hogg, deflected, and almost caught on the deflection by Hogg, and it goes incomplete, and it'll go over on downs to GlasGow. Now, Coach, I know by watching your teams play at Dunbar that you were somewhat of a gambler at times to go for a home run ball at the end of a half or a quarter like this. What do you do if you're GlasGow?
Yeah, you can do that. A lot of times teams will either go for the home run ball or they'll address it like it's going to be a long pass and run the screen pass. And because sometimes the defense is sitting back and a screen with a couple blockers out in front of you can get you the yardage we need.
And then
we saw that last night.
Then we've seen it also I've seen it on the other side of things, just take a knee.
Yeah.
You don't want to give Owensboro Catholic an easy score here.
Well, you don't want to make a mistake. That's the key because this game is tight and it's probably going to be tight.
Now, these two teams are pretty evenly matched. They're going to run it, it looks like. They get an I formation behind. Now they're going to throw it. They'll look down field and is bobbled and going to be caught as he steps out of bounds with 5.8 to play.
Yeah,
that's DeMario Austin on the catch.
Defense gives you those. They'll give you those underneath patterns for sure. You know, they just completions will pad your statistics, but they're not going to get you any points.
That's interesting. They roll Haskins, who's right-handed, to his left.
He did a good job of throwing the ball that time. Had a nice little touch on the ball.
So now GlasGow will take their first of 3 timeouts. So it may be a while before halftime here for this play, this last 5.8, depending on the time it takes to run a play.
It's interesting that I noticed that when we started this game early this morning, the first game, people were here in jackets and coats and so on, and now about half the stands are going down to shirt sleeves.
Yeah, it's a little warm out there. I know it's a little warm up here in the press box. As William said last year, he was out there on the stoop, as I mentioned, with freezing to death. I could hear his teeth chattering through the headsets. And then I made a comment, and somebody heard it somewhere and brought up a space heater so William could come in there so often and get warm. But it was a totally different atmosphere and weather-related year last year here than it is currently this year.
I had a space heater out there at my feet, and then we had 2 of them in here.
Didn't help you much, though, out there, did it?
Cold.
Well, when you wear sweatpants and a short-sleeve shirt and a windbreaker, that's not winter weather gear there, William. Love teasing William. They pitch it back to the tailback. They're going to throw it deep, looking for the receiver, and goes off his hands. That was for Max Wilson on the halfback pass, looking for number 35, Draylon Allen, who was double covered. It actually got into Allen just off his fingertips.
That was a very good throw, actually. Actually, right over his shoulder. A nice throw.
Let him out there on a post corner, but that'll do it for the first half of action. And we've got a good one brewing here in Lexington of the second game of the Division III 8th grade semifinals between GlasGow and Owensboro Catholic. We're tied at 8 on PrepSpin.com.
White, Greer, and Maggard, where a beautiful smile is just the beginning.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthodontics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall and allsportslex.com, locally owned and operated since 1972.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
I'm not happy with my teeth. They're not straight enough.
Let me fix them for you.
No. You are not White, Greer, and Maggard.
I'm sort of like White, Greer, and Maggard. I'm local, love smiles, love to fix things.
No.
Sorta you isn't you. White, Greer, and Maggard, where a beautiful smile is just the beginning.
All S, all P, all S-P-O-R-T-S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
Halftime of game number 2 of the 8th grade Division III state playoffs. If you were with us for our first game today, it kicked off real early, 8:30 in the morning. Darren Douglas along with the coach, Mike Meehan. William Moorfield on production, and John Allen up top. Joe Allen up top.
Big Joe.
How about he's that big? I'm going to say Mr. Allen.
Yeah, he's a big guy,
big
and
fella.
He's very good at what he does, by the way.
But he is up top on a beautiful day for football in Lexington, Kentucky, and we have great middle school football here. We've got the KHSAA quarterfinals taking place for soccer here in Lexington right now. The girls are over at girls are at Dunbar. The boys are at Lafayette, or it might be vice versa, but those are going on this afternoon, 4 games each at those sites. We have the last day of racing at Keeneland. I mean,
everything going on. We have the Michael Jackson parade today.
Yeah, the Thriller parade they call downtown with all the zombies and things walking around.
Never been here. If you've never been to the Thriller, whether you're a Michael Jackson or a Thriller fan or not, you need to see this thing.
You do.
The first time I went, my wife and I got out of our car. We parked up the road, up the street. We started walking downtown, and we noticed all these what we thought were homeless people lying in ditches. What happens is these people dressed as zombies, like an hour before the parade, they go places. They line in the gutter. They lie in the ditches. They lie in doorways of stores, and they don't move. They just lay there.
Yeah,
and then when the music starts, when the parade starts, they all get up and they start going down, walking down real weird to the main street there. It just freaked me out, man. I tell you what, that was just, that was something.
It's just good old Kentuckians having fun.
I didn't know that, though. I was getting a little nervous there for a while. Real quickly, those watching, make sure you tweet us at PrepSpin, or you can tweet me at Coach Meehan, Meighan. We want to know your favorite tailgate dessert. That's what we're working on right now. Also, if anybody can tell me if you can tweet and tell us who or what Bryan Station is. What is Bryan Station? What's the school named after?
And actually, I know that answer.
I'll give you a hint.
I know that
answer. It has to do with the female gender. All right?
Yeah. And here's the other thing, too, Coach. I'll give out my Twitter account. A lot of people in this area know, and you know, that I'm part of the Georgetown College broadcast team that covers the Tigers, not making the trip down to the southern part of Georgia this afternoon for their game with the number 3 ranked Reinhardt Golden Eagles down there.
Good too.
And they are very good. They run the football averaging 400 and some odd yards of rushing. So if Georgetown can stop the run, they'll be okay today. But mine is Darren, and that's capital D, ARRIN .Douglas with a capital D, OUGLAS. Okay, that's mine. So you just get that to me. We'll gladly answer any question or anything, but we're really right now looking for your best tailgate dessert. And I tell you, mine was a thing that they call dirt, and it's actually just crumbled up Oreo cookies with you can either do whipped cream or you can do the cream cheese, soften it up really good or things like that. And you really literally put it in a plastic flower pot and put a plastic flower in it. It looks like dirt.
I'm not a big dessert guy. My favorite dessert is that second bowl of chili.
Oh.
But I could go for a good cherry pie.
There you go.
Homemade.
There you go. And around this time of the year, with Halloween and then Thanksgiving coming up and Christmas, you're going to get a lot of pumpkin pies and desserts with pumpkin in it. I'm not much of a pumpkin pie kind of guy or a pumpkin cake or anything like that. But, boy, you make me a good old pecan pie. I could sit and literally eat a pecan pie completely before I eat anything else. Might ruin my dinner, but
you noticed everybody, especially Mr. Darren Douglas here, is talking about food a lot.
Oh boy,
because we're getting close to lunchtime here.
And I missed breakfast this morning.
And we're getting ready to start the second half. There's a minute to go. We have some statistics from the first half.
I got them right here, sir. And I tell you what, this game is even on the scoreboard, and we look at the statistics, about even as well. 6 first downs for Owensboro Catholic to 3 for GlasGow. 19 carries for 63 yards for the Aces, 11 for 53 for GlasGow. -4 on 1 of 3 passing for the Aces. 2 of 5 for 9 yards for GlasGow. 22 plays for 59 yards for Owensboro Catholic. 16 plays for 62 yards. And the time of possession in favor 2 minutes and 20 seconds, or 3 minutes and 20 seconds longer for Owensboro Catholic. So
seeing some good defense here today in this
yes, we have
game. Some really good defense.
Yes, we have. So this game we thought might be pretty hotly contested, but just looking at both athletes on both sides of the ball for both teams offensively, we thought it might be a higher scoring ball game than it started out to be here in the first half.
We thought that, but again, both defenses, especially the GlasGow defense, at certain times they're just stepping up and playing super.
Touchdown runs for both teams from Harold Hogg. He's got 8 carries for 52 yards. Leading carrier for GlasGow is Ty Mitchell, 5 for 34. They both are the young men who have scored the touchdowns for their ball clubs here in the first half. GlasGow will kick it off to begin the second half of play. Moving right to left on your computer, your iPhone, your iPod, your whatever you have at home. And my good friend texted me. I wonder who kept blowing my telephone up with text messaging. It's my good friend down in San Antonio, Texas, Kevin, watching me. He's down in his man cave again. Gets in trouble on purpose, Coach, to go down in his man cave with his wife.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Good run back on the kickoff.
Yep, and that is Hogg again for – no, that's not Hogg. That is – can't pick up the number on the far side. That's number 10, it looks like, for Owensboro Catholic. That will be Carter McCain for the Aces on the return.
Yeah, pretty good run back. A good field position to start this second half. Super job.
William came back with some good news there.
Thank you, William. William brought some water up here.
Brought some water, correct. So at the 45-yard line of GlasGow will be the Aces of Owensboro Catholic. They'll bring trip receivers here to the near side. The wide side as the formation sits. The widest guy is the guy who returned the kickoff a minute ago, McCain. They pitch it back to Buckman, who drops the football, and back to recover it is the quarterback, Clayton Lewis.
Clayton Lewis did the right thing. It's really tough to teach kids. They want to try to scoop the ball up when there's a fumble, but you almost always teach your quarterback to fall on the ball. Bad things happen when you try to pick up a fumble in the backfield with the defense bearing down on you.
Well, I'd say something in front of Gary one time, and he just wrote me, so I try to be careful saying things. But when I was playing quarterback, I tried to do that one time, and I was so clumsy, I guess, I stepped on the ball.
Oh, that's not good. You sprain your ankle and lose the ball.
Well, I didn't sprain my ankle. You got to have some athletic ability, I think, to sprain an ankle, don't you?
That's what they say.
That's what they say. I wasn't the Tom Brady thing. I wasn't good looking and had a cannon for an arm on the right shoulder there.
I have no comment.
I teed it up for you, Coach.
I wouldn't do that.
You left me hanging. There you go. Buckman lowers the shoulder, but is dropped for a short gain of about 5, maybe 6. He gets back into GlasGow territory, but it'll bring up 3rd and long. Mitchell and Wilson on the tackle for GlasGow. Well, I tell you, Wilson's not very tall, number 5 in blue there on the right side of the football at the line of scrimmage. Plays that outside linebacker here on the left side for that GlasGow defense. He doesn't, not very tall, but he came up and will stick that nose in here.
Yeah, not afraid at all. A really good job of coming up to make the tackle for a loss now. So it's a big down, 3rd and 13.
They give it. Nope, fake it to Buckman. They'll throw across the middle to Hogg. A great leaping catch, and he comes down with it. And the first down for Owensboro Catholic at the GlasGow 31.
That's what I like. I like that. That was the play we were talking about earlier that they maybe should run. When they catch him in that zero coverage and just try to pop the ball down the middle. Nice throw, nice catch.
Now, Lewis put it in about the only spot it could have been because there was a GlasGow defender that flashed in front of Hogg, and Hogg with the concentration came down with it.
Right now they're back in a cover 3 look now with a safety.
Lewis back to throw, straight drop, cross the middle. On the crossing route is Hogg. Inside the 20, 10, and dropped just inside the 5 at the 3. Goes Hogg. A nice tackle by Wilson again. Shoelace.
Yeah, Wilson just dove and got the back of his heel as he fell. Nice job again. Hogg is just a pretty amazing athlete as far as receiving and running the football. I think GlasGow is going to call a timeout here to try to work out what's going on the field. The coach is not real happy with the coverage at all.
He must be the defensive coordinator for GlasGow because he's not happy with his defense. And looked like maybe they were in that cover 3, but they had maybe somebody underneath.
Hogg.
Harold Hogg, H-O-G-G. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they list him at 5'9", Hogg, and he needed every bit of that 5'9" to come down with that catch previous to that play there.
Again, I wonder if he's related to Houston Hogg.
Don't know.
Fantastic football player back in the day at the University of Kentucky.
Of course, that facility was absolutely – they unveiled it last week when Mississippi State was here in town playing Kentucky.
Yes, sir.
And it was unbelievable, that facility. Matter of fact, he got Tim Tebow say, I'm jealous because we didn't have that at Florida when I was there. So – you do anything there. Now we got an unusual formation. They stack the running backs in front of the quarter, or the Wildcat formation with Hogg, and he's going to be inside the 1 and be stopped just shy of the goal line.
Just barely got there. Good stop keeping him out of the end zone.
Guess who's at the bottom of that pile defensively for GlasGow again?
I bet it's the same number.
Wilson.
Wilson, number 5 out there.
And from that outside linebacker, very active coming in from the outside. And he was down around the knees of Hogg. They turn. Now he's in better shape than Boss was. Hogg again. This time he gets into the end zone. And again, down around the ankle. Actually, number 12. That's Jamari Mack.
Jamari Mack got a hold of him, but it was too late. Yeah. He was in the end zone when he had a hold of him.
And the size advantage went to Hogg, though. He's a little bit bigger than Mack. And it's 14-8 in favor of Owensboro Catholic. So they take the opening kickoff and drive it right down the field for the go-ahead score. And now the 2-point conversion coming.
Again, often have you done this tournament, have you seen anybody kicking extra points?
And we saw one year. I can't remember the name of the team. But most of them go for 2. Johnson Central. Or Johnson County is middle. The 2-point conversion is no good out of the Wildcat formation with Hogg. So it's 14-8 with 14 or 4:57 to play in the third.
That missed 2-point conversion might make a difference in his football game. It definitely could hurt.
They missed both of them. In game one, we saw New Harlan perfect on their 2-point conversions.
That's a tough football team, New Harlan.
Oh, boy.
Anybody that faces them is going to have a
whoever wins this game gets New Harlan in the championship game tomorrow, kicking off at noontime. That'll be our first broadcast tomorrow of the 4 championship games. And that New Harlan team, they're nothing fancy. They just line it up and say, here we come. This is what we're going to do. See if you can stop us. And they've got 3 really good running backs, too. So you can't key on just one guy.
Right. Look forward to that.
So whoever comes out of this one's going to have their hands full, as you said.
It's really a pleasure to work with William Moorfield, Joe Allen, the whole PrepSpin team. And it is a team, but just a wonderful job. Look at what we're doing for kids, for middle, not just high school, but middle school programs all across this area in the state. Coming in here to this beautiful facility on this great day, being able to watch it at home on your computer, on your smart TV, on your iPhone, or whatever. I mean, I know in the high school games we have people all over the country and all over the world watching games. We have people from Afghanistan, parents who are soldiers.
We had a tweet last night on my phone doing the Woodford County Central Hardin game. Well, wasn't much of a game. Central Hardin won easily, but we had a tweet from a pastor who had given up pastorship here in the States, gone to Turkey as a missionary.
Nice.
That is Bragg, who cannot get untracked, and I didn't see the ace. I believe it's 55. That would be Reese Higdon on the tackle for Owensboro Catholic. Just got a hand on his right foot and was able to trip him up. So it'll be 1st and 10 for GlasGow from their own 31, trailing 14-8 with 4:51 to play here in the third.
Got a tweet from the Bluegrass Orthodontics people saying they liked the game, liked the tweet.
I'll tell you what, this high definition that William can produce over here with us is a very, very good picture. They give it off to the deep man, and that is Wilson, who is dropped for no gain at the 31. May have gotten a half yard.
Yeah, nice defense. Actually, really good defense by Clayton Lewis and number 53. 53, I don't know.
Yeah, we don't have him on there.
We'll have to find out.
Maybe 63.
Maybe it was.
Logan Davis hits the big fella, 6'1", 242, right there in your picture on the right tackle spot. They give it off to Mitchell, who sticks his nose in there, and it's going to be dropped after a gain of 2. So it'll be 3rd and 7 for GlasGow from their own 34.
Owensboro Catholic doing a really good job on defense now. Aaron Buckman on that tackle. Aaron Buckman is 5'9", 165 pounds, and he uses every bit of that 165 pounds on that tackle.
And he carries the ball a lot. He and Hogg are pretty much the feature runners in the Owensboro Catholic offense. Pistol formation again. They got Mitchell lined up in a fullback spot, would be a traditional look for the eye. They give it back to Wilson. Angles off to the right side, looking for a crease. Gets outside. Will get up over the 40. Gets the first down. That'll be dropped just shy of midfield at the GlasGow 49.
They're running Owensboro Catholic, the Aces, they're running a 5-man front. And, again, that's good to stop the run. But what happens is the runner bounces outside and gets outside the edge. The edge player collapses to try to make the tackle inside, doesn't set the edge like he should, bounces outside for a good gain.
Wilson gave that little stiff arm, too, out there, and he actually got to midfield. So a gain of 16, 1st and 10, GlasGow. Give it off to Mitchell.
Another smart play. They're giving off to Mitchell on the weak side, making an attempt to look like he's going to the strong side and cut back to the weak side. That was a really good play.
Stopped by Logan Davis, that right defensive tackle out of that 5-man front for Owensboro Catholic. And actually, I think he may be lining up more as a nose guard, but he's in a gap just off of one shoulder or the other of the center for GlasGow. They give it off to Wilson, running right as they kind of gave a little
belly
counter,
fake. Belly fake to the fullback and gave it to Wilson, hitting up in the middle. Wilson does a nice job of running. He's not a big kid, but boy, I tell you what, he just has a lot of quickness and a lot of power.
and he's of short stature, so he can get lost in all those big bodies on both sides of the ball for both teams in that trench warfare area there. And then all of a sudden he comes squirting out. They give it off on the reverse to McKeever, and he is in trouble and dropped.
Really nice job on defense
Buckman.
that time. Buckman coming in and just collapsing him
Along
from
with
the backside.
Chris Bowman, number 34 in white.
Good defense, and that was a big stop now because that makes it 4th and about 6.
Yeah, it was 3rd and less than a yard, and they come up with kind of a reverse look there. And
a little fancy, Darren. They got maybe a little too fancy against a good defensive team.
Well, I remember as an offensive coordinator, I'd hear, if I made a play call like that, I'd hear my mom from the stands holler, quit thinking, just run the ball,
Quit thinking.
Yes, ma'am. A minute and a half to play in the 3rd. Haskins in trouble again, and down he goes, back inside the 45-yard line. And Bowman with back-to-back plays for Owensboro Catholic.
Bowman's the player of that series. Did a super job there. But Coach was congratulating him on the sideline as he goes off. Really a nice job. So good stop by Owensboro Catholic. They have the football at an extremely good field position now.
They're at the GlasGow 43-yard line as they force the Scotties to give it up on downs. And with 1:26 to play, Owensboro Catholic can put this game in a very good position in their favor if they're able to score on this drive.
Not 10 men within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage for GlasGow.
Buckman
still can't stop Buckman.
Goes off the left side, gets to the 35-yard line.
Nice runner, Darren. Really good.
He
job.
and Hogg both, and they have similar running styles. They're both built about the same. They list Hogg at 5'9", 152, Buckman at 5'9", 165.
They both hit the line of scrimmage hard, and like you said earlier, they're good runners with their shoulders square to the line of scrimmage, running north-south. Really good job.
So it'll be 2nd down and a short 3 or a long 2. They give it off on the counter play to Buckman. He'll have the first down near the 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 as we're under a minute to play. 43.7 actually to play in the 3rd. It's 14-8 in favor of Owensboro Catholic. They also have the football.
Yeah, number 86,
Bryson
Legg tried to pull the ball loose. Actually got the ball loose, but he was down. The runner was down before. Buckman was down before the ball came loose. So.
Well, GlasGow, one of, I think, only a couple of teams who have both their 7th and 8th grade in these semifinals. They give it off to Hogg, running left. Gets to the 25, a quick 5 for
That was
Hogg.
a good job of running, too. But, again, the defense collapses. We're watching Owensboro Catholic move the football here, Darren. They have a timeout right now.
That's
trying to stop this clock.
Coming to the end of the quarter.
End of the quarter.
3 quarters in the books. We've got one more to go. It's Owensboro Catholic over GlasGow, 14-8. We'll be back with the 4th quarter of action on PrepSpin.com.
White, Greer, and Maggard, where a beautiful smile is just the beginning.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
Owensboro Catholic comes straight from the sidelines to the football as we begin the 4th quarter of play. The White Greer Maggard broadcast here on PrepSpin. White Greer Maggard, one of our fine sponsors. They are the title sponsor for PrepSpin. Darren Douglas along with the coach Mike Meehan, former Paul Lawrence Dunbar head coach. As we have the pistol formation, they turn and give it off to Buckman, and he's wrapped up in the backfield. First to make contact, Bryson Legg, number 86 for GlasGow.
I like Bryson Legg. He is always there on the ball. Johnny on the spot constantly.
Looks like a guy by the name that I saw play for a couple of years at Georgetown College by the name of Brock Messina from that outside linebacker. They just said, Brock, go find the football. Looks like Bryson, they did tell the same thing. Go.
Yeah, he finds the ball all right.
No gain. It'll be 3rd and about 5. They pitch it this time to Buckman, running right. And Bragg goes down low and knocks him down about the 33. Might commit the 34. Depends on where the knee made contact. They gave him the 33. So it'll be 4th down and 3 for Owensboro Catholic.
Good fundamental tackle by Bragg. Just locked onto that knee. You know, what you do as a tackler when you have a good runner like that,
right,
especially somebody that's got more size on you, watch their belt buckle. Their legs can fake you out, their head can fake you out, their shoulders can fake you out, but the body's going to go where the belt buckle goes.
Yep.
And locked in on those knees and brought him down.
4th and 3, a big play here defensively. Wildcat formation, Hogg, he needs the 30, doesn't look like he got there. He didn't. He's going to be stopped shy at the 31. It'll be 1st down for GlasGow. Nice stop again by this guy's defense.
Yeah, really nice job. Number 55 jumped in there, and Jaden Wood jumped in there and locked him up, brought him down.
And again, down around the ankles was number 5, Max Wilson.
Max Wilson.
I tell you what, he and Legg have been all over the place.
Yeah.
We had a tweet just a moment ago. You can tweet us at PrepSpin or at Coach Meehan, and Coach Meehan is MEIGHAN. You can tweet us whatever. Somebody wants to know when Crosby plays. They're up next, about 10 minutes after the conclusion of this one. They give it off to Wilson. Got it up in the hole and then bounced it left. He's going to get about 3, maybe 4. Looks like they gave him the 35, so it'll be 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6. Pretty good job of bouncing outside and getting that little 1st down yardage that's so important. You don't want to get behind the sticks, do you?
Bryson Legg tapping the helmet. That's the universal sign for I need a break. I don't think anybody saw him.
No, I don't think they want to give him a break anyway. He's
Either
playing too well.
Either that or Coach saw him and took a walk. He said, play through it, young man. They give it off to Mitchell out of that fullback spot, and he'll get to the 38-yard line. They need the 32 for a 1st down. He gets a couple, so it'll be 3rd down and 5. And Mitchell is down and injured for GlasGow.
Yeah, and we can't afford to have Mitchell injured here, playing a really good game. It's 5 minutes and 50, about 6 minutes to go in this football game with a 14-8 score, and it's a close game.
This one could come down to if GlasGow can score that 2-point conversion.
Yeah, we said earlier when they missed that 2-point conversion, when Owensboro missed it, that they could come back to haunt them.
They've missed 2 of them today. They've actually gotten a safety out of one, so they got that 2 points back. So coming up next will be the 8th grade Division I. No, that's later on. Crosby doesn't play till 4:30 today. I apologize for that. 4 o'clock, I'm sorry, 4 o'clock. Next up will be the 11:30 game. It'll be North Pulaski against Newburgh. That's game number 3 today. That'll be the 7th grade semifinal game.
Good news, Ty Mitchell just had cramps. They stretched his leg out, and he's fine now. Brought him off the side.
He's not a very well-built young man. He's kind of tall and thin, and
I don't know. You would say the same thing for Gail Sayers and some of these other people. The way he runs, I wouldn't worry about.
From what I gather, Jim Brown was kind of thin in his day too, and he'd get up and limp back to the huddle. Next time he'd go 70 yards for a touchdown. The next time he got it. Pistol formation. They turn. They pitch it back to Wilson, who fumbled it, tried to pick it up. It's still loose, and Haskins will fall on it.
No, he didn't. It's still loose. And there's
picked up and a scoop and a score for Hogg. Touchdown, Owensboro Catholic. Wow.
A lot of grease on that ball. It scored it loose from about 3 different players. And then finally, a touchdown. Who got the football for a touchdown?
That was Hogg picked it up.
Hogg picked it up and scored. Bad break for GlasGow. They were really in this football game.
Well, Wilson did what we have talked about before, not picking the football up and trying to make a play. Just go ahead and fall on it and live to have another play.
That's exactly right. You just can't take a chance on those in the backfield.
Yeah, he got hit as he was trying to pick it up, and the ball squirted free, and Haskins, I thought, fell on it. Yeah. But it came squirting out from him, and then Hogg right there, Johnny on the spot.
Yeah, fumbles behind the line of scrimmage are never a good idea to try to pick up.
20-8, Hogg and the Wildcat. He'll take it to the left, now cut it back up in the crease, and will not get there. So if GlasGow's done anything defensively, they've done a nice job, a couple of series of stopping Owensboro Catholic, giving themselves a chance. But they've done a nice job on 2-point conversions of stopping the Aces.
Yeah, they're playing good defense. There's no question about GlasGow's defense. A few mistakes on offense has hurt them. And again, for some reason, they're having a little trouble handling the snap.
A couple of turnovers on GlasGow's side of the ledger. White, Greer, and Maggard, I said, one of our fine sponsors, the title sponsor on PrepSpin. Also, football brought to you in part today by Bluegrass Orthopedics, All Sports, the University of Kentucky Sports Medicine Clinic, Crown Trophy, and Whitaker Bank.
Whitaker Bank does a lot here in
the area,
for a lot of people and a lot of groups.
I mean, they cover a lot of high school stuff. They do this middle school thing. They help with PrepSpin here in Lexington, but in the Central Kentucky area, Whitaker Bank is very active with youth sports as well. So 20-8 in favor of Owensboro Catholic. Now, if you're GlasGow, you need to answer with either a quick touchdown run or maybe take this kickoff back to the house.
For sure. Taking the kickoff back would be
a huge boost.
It would be, but again, just getting good field position on the kickoff return could help.
Now, right now, you're a little staggered
with these short quarters, Darren. You know, it just doesn't leave much time to make up a deficit.
No. Didn't mention how these teams got here. Owensboro Catholic beat Murray 20-8 in their second-round game, and then last week in the region finals knocked off Russellville 42-8. Wilson has it bounce off his hands, then bounce right back at him in the face mask, and then he corrals it. Breaks a tackle to 25, 30, 40. One man to beat. He has a blocker out in front. That's Bragg. Wilson, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. It's coming back. A late flag, and I believe they're going to get a block in the back.
Block in the back, and he knows it, and he is fury. Coach is fury.
I don't blame him. He's chewing out the official, and the official points and I didn't throw the flag. This other guy did.
Right. I think what happened
was close. I thought Bragg got his head across, but evidently not.
I think if we could see it again, I think it was pushed into him.
Yeah, he was pushed into him by his own teammate.
Oh, boy. Wow.
We want to see that again if we can. Really pick
that was
up.
A tough break for GlasGow.
Very important.
They take it to the house.
Darren, we're going to look at this on replay.
And they're going to block in the back, yep.
Okay, he's coming back down the field.
Oh, there it was.
Yeah, there it was.
Yeah.
That was a block in the back. It was a good call.
But can't blame Bragg, though. He was trying to get out, make a block for his teammate, and just didn't get there in time.
Yeah, but still.
Just a hair.
All right. You're going to give him a break, but I'm not. I love these kids, but – you know, you can't push somebody from behind on a kickoff return like that. You've got to have that kind of control where you don't do that.
The good news is it's only a 5-yard penalty. The bad news, it takes points off the board for GlasGow.
That's real bad.
5:04 to play. Haskins rolling left. Still moving. Now he's going to tuck it and run. And wow.
Big hit.
Yeah, he got drilled.
Jumps up, though.
And that's Clayton Lewis, the outside linebacker for the Aces. Boy, every time they've tried to pass, though, GlasGow, they've had him roll left, and he's right-handed.
Yeah, he can't get his shoulders around. But I'll tell you what about Haskins. I've learned one thing from watching him. He's a tough kid.
He's taking some shots.
He's a tough kid. A lot of pressure on a quarterback against a defense like this.
Last week, also, GlasGow started off with a bye in their first round. Their second round, they knocked off Campbellsville, the number 2 seed in that region, 42-22, and then they beat Foley, who upset the number 1 seed Bates Middle in the semifinals of that region. But then they got 40-0. Yep, and they pitch it back to Mitchell, who breaks the tackle and gets it inside the 45 to about the 44, maybe the 43. It'll be 3rd and long.
Yeah, it's a tribute to these defenses. You know, you read some of these past games when they're scoring 40 points and getting scored 40 points against them and so on. But 20-8, both of these teams play good defense. It's just that GlasGow's just had some tough breaks on the offensive side.
So it's 3rd and 8 for GlasGow. Double reverse coming. McKeever cuts it up in there, and he's going to be dropped at the 41. It's going to be 4th and 6. He got 2.
You'd see really good job on the corner out there of setting the edge and turning the play back inside. I'm really impressed with some of the defenses that these teams play.
That is number 32. That was Buckman out there that made that stop.
And Clayton Lewis was out there to help, too, so nice job.
Timeout, GlasGow. That'll be their second timeout, I believe, of the half. William, got any tweets coming in for that? I apologize to the fellow who tweeted for Crosby. They don't play till 4 o'clock today. I thought it was next, but it's 4 o'clock.
Well, he just invited all his friends over for the next game. He's got a house full of people.
That was actually the guy in New Harlem that we invited over.
No, we did that, though.
we did that. But, hey, again, tweet us out at PrepSpin to get any comment or coach me in throughout the challenge. We want to get your best tailgating dessert at your football games that you have.
Devin Smith and Ernest Hall Jr. watching.
Okay, that's from down in GlasGow, correct? No, that's up in Owensboro, right? Yeah. Okay, down in Owensboro there. Can't remember the barbecue place that.
Oh, the Moonlight.
Happy Osborne turned me on to. I went down there one time with him to eat, and good grief.
I like that area too. Owensboro's a super area.
Yeah, there's a pizza place too as well. 3:22 to play. A big play coming up for GlasGow. Straight drop back by Haskins. He lets it fly. Mitchell tries to come back, and it just died on him.
Yeah, the ball did. He got a little air under the ball, and it just sort of died and came down short. But it's a good idea to try to get the ball out there.
So Owensboro Catholic will take over 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line with 3:16 to play. And now, if they can get that running game going, they can pretty much run out the clock here.
They can. Again, with like you said, 3 minutes and change with a good football team. Although, GlasGow may be too far behind to catch up, but they do play good defense.
They do.
Yes, they could get a turnover of some kind. That's what they need right now. They need an interception or a fumble recovery here.
And either one of those, if it goes directly to a score, would really help.
Oh, it would.
Big time. But impressed with this GlasGow defense. They really fly around to the football. There's the ball loose on the ground. Picked up by Leg. Oh, that's Mitchell. Breaks the tackle. 10-5. Touchdown, GlasGow.
We're an onside kick away.
Wow.
A good defensive stand away from turning this game
We have
around.
a flag, though, at the 27-yard line.
Personal foul, face mask.
Okay, so it is the score stands, so it is 20-14 in favor of Owensboro Catholic. Now the decision for the head coach. He can either take half the distance on the 2-point try, or he can take it off on the kickoff. I would probably, if I was that, I would have the decision. I'd take it off at the kickoff.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think you and I need to play the lottery today. I said that a turnover would make the difference, and your first thing out of your mouth was, a turnover that directly went to a touchdown would help.
I would. You know what? I could be the only one in the lottery and have the winning numbers and still get it wrong. That's my luck. The 2-point conversion. Mitchell cuts it back inside, and he's got it. So it is 20-16. Now, here's the key, though, Coach. Now, if they score, if GlasGow can get another score here, even without the 2-point conversion, they have the lead.
Yes.
So those 2-point conversions Owensboro Catholic was unable to get has caused some issues for the Aces right now.
Yeah, especially that one. Again, you said they made up for one with the safety early in the football game. But, again, what do you do here? You got 3 minutes and 5 seconds or 6 seconds in the game. Do you onside kick? You squib kick? You just try to kick the ball down the field and play defense.
Well, you got 2 timeouts left if you're GlasGow. Mm-hmm. So I think you try to find an open spot somewhere deeper down the middle. I don't think you try to give Owensboro Catholic a shorter field. I think you try to find an open spot somewhere in their kick return.
Right. You don't
try to get it in that area, and hopefully maybe your team can recover it, or at least you pin them back a little bit.
Right. You don't want a a run back for
Right.
sure, but you also don't want to kick the ball out of bounds and give them really good field position.
Yeah, 35. You want to try to pin them back inside the 30 if you can. I don't know if Richardson's leg is that good. We'll see here in just a minute.
Coverage is important.
Oh, boy. And I've seen high school teams unable to cover. I've seen NFL teams who, by the way, folks, get paid to do that, and they can't cover kicks.
We can't tell up here, but I'm looking at the flag down to our left side, and it is blowing. So there's a lot of wind at his back.
Kind of looks like it's swirling, too, Coach, a little bit. They're going to go onside. Gets the big hop. Recovered by leg. Actually, that is not leg. He can't advance it in high school. In college, you can.
Right. In
high school, you can't.
What a perfect onside kick. That onside kick was better than any onside kick I've seen high school, college, pro this year.
Draylon Allen was the Scotty who recovered it, number 35 in blue.
Congratulations to Draylon. Now, if they can pull this game out, he's the big player of the game right now.
Boy, I tell you, and that was, again, a perfectly executed. You want 2 hops, and then on that second or third hop, you want the big one, and he got it.
Kick the top of the football so it bounces a couple times and takes that big hop.
And I'll give Richardson credit. There's some guys in the NFL right now that can't do that. They can't kick it.
Well, we saw one last night. I don't know whether it was on purpose or not, but it cost the game to Pulaski Southwestern.
Wow. They give it off to McKeever on the end around. Buckman's got him and drops him.
What a great play by Buckman. He just completely diagnosed that play and came in hard to make the tackle.
Boy, I'm telling you, if they would run that play and Haskins fake it and pull it, there's not a white jersey on this half of the field.
That would be a play, but also if you're going to – I wouldn't run at Buckman.
No.
Sir.
Well, Buckman came from a middle linebacker. They've gone to basically a 5-man front with Buckman and Bowman at the linebacker spots and Hogg. So they go a 3-man linebacking core with 3 guys that can run.
A lot of people standing around, too.
Haskins swings out here. That's a lateral to Mitchell. He's in trouble and will be dropped for another loss of 5. Back to the 41. So it's 3rd and about 21 to go for a first down.
Glasgow's going deep in their playbook here because there's not too many plays on 3rd and 21 or whatever. You almost have to try to get half of it back or more if you can.
Right.
Don't get too greedy. Don't try to throw the ball down the field and get an interception.
A minute 51 to play.
You can always get an interference penalty or something like that.
Boy, if you're Owensboro Catholic, if that free safety back there right now, I'd back him up on the sticks.
Yeah.
That's Owen Hayden. In trouble is Haskins. He drops the football, and Lewis will fall on it for Owensboro Catholic.
Is there a problem with Mr. Haskins with his hands? Because he has had trouble today holding on to the football. And he's such a good athlete and such a tough kid. I just can't imagine unless there's something going on.
Unless he's just having trouble finding the grip or what today. But Owensboro Catholic gets a play that they needed. They had 3 straight defensive plays of negative yardage against Glasgow, and now Owensboro Catholic with a minute 38. You've got to think they're going Wildcat formation with Hogg as the quarterback, and Buckman will be off just to his left.
What a combination. With this big offensive line, these guys are really good blockers. Glasgow's had a darn good defense going in this game, but you can't keep turning the ball over.
They get a flag on, and Hogg will be dropped after a short gain, but it'll be illegal procedure against Owensboro Catholic. The farthest man out here didn't get set.
Yeah, we're seeing that happen a lot. These guys are so excited they're leaning a lot or not getting set before the ball. Well, again, the rule is that everybody has to be set 1 second before the ball snap, or one person can be moving as long as he's moving lateral or away from the line of scrimmage.
Well, Coach, also, too, don't you think that has a little bit to do with the check me play now?
Yes.
Because, now even at the high school level, I see teams getting – in somewhat of a set position, but then when they change the play, they all stand up and sometimes take a step or 2 back to look at the sidelines.
Yeah, middle school football's come a long way too. They're really amazing. We get an opportunity, and we'll talk a little bit about what I've seen changed since I began watching middle school football.
This is Hogg. He'll get right back to the line of scrimmage. It's 1st and 15, but they're right now playing clock management.
Yep, minute and 24 seconds to go in the football game, and it looks like that the GlasGow's got this under control right now.
Yeah,
Owensboro Catholic's got it.
Hall came up a little gimpy there, limping on that left foot.
He'll need that left foot, the right foot, and another foot if he had one, if they're going to play New Harlan tomorrow.
Well, either one of these teams is going to need to bring their A game tomorrow, because that New Harlan Ball Club really impressed us, especially with the running game.
Powerful.
Wow. Back to the left, down to the right goes Hogg, and this one could ice it. 10, 5, touchdown, Owensboro Catholic. The Aces now lead it 26-16 with 43.5 seconds to play, and GlasGow had to sell out. They sent both linebackers on a blitz. As soon as Hogg cleared the line of scrimmage, there was nobody in blue.
Just all green, all turf to the end zone. Again, I'd say Hogg. I'd give him the MVP of this football game.
If you had and I do think they have a player of the game named in the middle of the field after each game, and that was just GlasGow had to sell out to try to make a play, to maybe get a fumble, maybe a scoop and score again. And when Hogg broke the line of scrimmage, there was nobody back there defensively. Buckman and Hogg almost collide in the backfield. Now, I know if Owensboro Catholic holds on to this and eventually wins, they're going to have to shore up their two-point conversion offense.
Yeah, they're going to have to come back to their playbook and try to find something that's a little better. They're running the ball pretty well at times, but then when they get into two-point conversion, maybe they get a little fancy, and it doesn't work.
So with 43.5 seconds to play in the ball game, and the score is now Owensboro Catholic 26 and GlasGow 16. And a moment ago I said if GlasGow can get a scoop and score, it makes it very interesting. What happened the next play? They get a scoop and score. If they can return this thing, it's still not over.
Yeah, it's not. But again, it's highly unlikely with 43 seconds.
But we've seen some
How
many years you been around the game of football as a player and a coach?
Oh, I can't even tell you. 35 yards as a coach, or 35 years as a coach.
Same difference. 35
I've been working
yards.
with Gary Ball for about 7 years, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started playing. I didn't start playing until my 9th grade year. I didn't play any middle school football. My father laid the law down, and I wanted to play, and he said, "You're not ready." And he was a coach. He was a football coach.
And who knows better than Dad, who's a coach?
Yeah,
right?
and he also, I wanted to play quarterback. He said, "You're not a quarterback." So.
Oh, Dad, I can hear it now. The discussion in the house. And your mom probably said, "I think he can play."
No, my mom said, "I don't want you to play. You're going to get hurt."
Oh, okay.
But then she was my biggest fan.
Your biggest fan, of course. Moms always are.
Yeah.
They'll kick it deep, and it'll go out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. They'll bring it up to the 35, or I've seen it happen the last couple of weeks. I'm not going to assume they're going to take it to the 35.
Yeah, they can ask for the re-kick.
And it's happened at a high school game that I was covering, and then at Georgetown College, they've had them re-kick it.
Right. I think you have 3 choices, actually. You can re-kick it, you can take it where it goes out of bounds, or you can take it at the 35-yard line. They're going to re-kick it.
Yep. And at the college level, you always like to try to sometimes make them re-kick it, because all those guys, and some of them are bigger guys, some of them are linemen, maybe in better shape than most linemen, but they've sprinted like 35, 40 yards, and make them re-kick it. You may get a bigger return.
Exactly.
I've also seen it backfire on teams who have done that.
Yeah, there's a lot of little tricks that you can do, on returns.
Uh-huh.
Most of the time, you just want the best field position you can get. But in a game like this, you would rather have the run back if you can get it.
So it'll be the re-kick from the 35 of Owensboro Catholic. They lead it 26-16 with 43.5 seconds to play. GlasGow needs something really big right here. And Owensboro Catholic's going to squib it.
Catch.
Yeah, nice play on a big hop. And he short hopped it just like a shortstop would. And I can't pick up the number. Wait on him to come this way.
That was a really nice job of fielding that football, because that ball could have been loose.
Number 20, that is Isaac Heacock. A nice play by him. And that was a tough hop, too.
Well, the only chance they have right here is to get a quick score if they can with 40 seconds to go in this football game. And, again, we've seen it happen before, so you don't know.
Yeah. You know, got a new player right there in the middle of that offense for GlasGow, and I think that's 61, playing at right guard, or right tackle, actually, for GlasGow. Haskins will try to throw it out here.
Can't get enough on the ball.
Yeah, incomplete in front of Bragg. Bragg was open. Nobody was around him.
There was a lot of pressure coming from behind on the quarterback that time on Haskins, but he just couldn't get enough on the football.
I believe that is 61. The gentleman you're seeing, the young man there, right guard, right next to Richardson.
Yeah.
And I point him out because he is a young man who is not big in stature at all. Got a pretty good block. Open
Nice throw that time.
Is McKeever. He had the first down, then he gives ground, and is going to be a yard short.
He was trying to get out of bounds is what he was trying to do. He was trying to get out of bounds as fast as he could, but he couldn't get there.
Well, actually, they're going to give him the 40. Actually, I thought he gave ground on his own, but they're saying forward momentum stopped it at the 40, so 1st and 10. Haskins, high snap, semi-roll left, now throws it out there. Nice catch by McKeever with one hand. Lowers his shoulder, gets down to the 31.
McKeever, super job there. And like you said, he reached up with one hand and caught the football.
Now GlasGow's going to call timeout. And they're just going to go right – they call timeout to stop the play or to stop the clock, and now they're going to try to go right back to the line of scrimmage, but the officials are going to make them take the timeout, the full timeout. I don't want to give the wrong number. Is that 61 or 81? Coach, you got the glasses on.
Yeah,
there.
I do. It's 81.
81. So it's Demarion Green.
Yeah, Demarion Green came in at one of the.
Yeah, he's a right guard is where he's playing, right next to Richardson there.
Right. This GlasGow team has no give up on.
No, they don't.
McKeever
really made a nice catch out there in the flat with the left hand.
Very impressive.
I'm pointing out Green simply because when he got to the huddle, everybody on that offensive unit came over and tapped him on the head. So probably a young man doesn't get to play a lot. Bragg catches it out here in the flat, tries to break a tackle at the 23, has it stripped, and Hall grabs it, and that'll do it. So Owensboro Catholic turns back a pesky GlasGow Scotty bunch, 26-16. So our Division III of the 8th grade championship series is set. It'll be the Owensboro Catholic Aces against the Patriots of New Harlan. Don't say we're from Knott County, we're from Harlan County, Darren.
Right,
I got it.
County.
But New Harlan and Owensboro Catholic will meet up in tomorrow's Division III championship game that kicks off at noon. So, Coach, we're 2 down. 6 more to go. I don't know if you're going to be here. Are you going to be here with me all day?
Yeah.
Okay, Coach Mike being with me all day. And I don't know when William is. So that's the end of this broadcast. Clock back in on the next one, which will be the Division 7th grade. The first game will be North Pulaski against Newburgh. Clock back in, log back in, punch back in, whatever. I'm old school. It'll be North Pulaski and Newburgh in the 7th grade state semifinals on PrepSpin.com.